Okay, hello everybody, can you hear me? I can see my audio mixer is doing its thing. Let me see if I can get my camera working. Hello, work camera. My Chrome stream input. This may be a very short stream if we can't get any of the sharing working. I see we've got a couple of people in chat, maybe, potentially. Hello. Shout out, let me know if you're there. I'm just gonna, let me know if you can hear me. I'm just gonna see what the deal is with my screen sharing properties. Camera should be right. Screen share. Let's try some things. Let's try adding a screen capture. And we will say we want to grab, well, that's everything, isn't it? That's not what we want. We want to get rid of that guy. How do we get rid of him? We go yes. This is not good. This was working last week. Hey Critter, welcome. We are having technical difficulties straight out of the gate. I apologise. Let's go screen capture again. Screen capture, make source visible, okay. Alright, that's a little bit better. We want application capture, that's better. And we want Google Chrome over here, that's better. And we want to show window capture, and we want Chrome. I thought I had this all set up really well last time. Okay, cool. And I'll click OK on that guy. And I will make it visible. Okay, hello. You should be able to see a Trello board now. And you should be able to see my instance. That's good. And you can hear me, so that's good. You said you could see. Can you see my camera? Is that something that you can see? Because I can't see it. Let me add my camera again. One moment, please. No, okay, cool. Can't see my camera. 1 minute. We'll click on through. We will go devices creative. Ah! And I'm upside down. That's no good. And I'll do some things. I'll flip me around. I'll move me across. Hey! There we go. Alright, so that should be a little bit better. Alright, sorry about all of the technical difficulties there. Let me put my OBS over there. Let me increase the screen size of my browser window a smidge, just so you get the full effect. Okay, so we should be able to see me. We should be able to see my my Trello window here with all of the tasks that I'm planning to do. And that's it. You should be able to hear me, see me, and see my screen. Now we're cooking. Excellent. Thanks, Critter. Hey! Okay, cool. So today's plan is to do some more live development of my my Snap application, so my game that I've been making. And I want to get it playable. So it should almost be playable, but I think the registration is probably a bit ordinary and some of the UI is a little bit ordinary. So we'll just sort of step through it. So let's recap where we are. So if I jump back over to my instance, I'll close down my developer page there, and I go to SN app, and I go to the landing portal. We should be able to see here, and we'll we'll click away. We'll close the MFA apocalypse warning, and we will actually, to be honest, what we will do is we will go into portals, like old school ServiceNow service portals. We will go to the SN app portal. And we'll make sure we're in the right scope because I've been messing around with some things. So I'll go back over to Marvel Snap or SN app, and we're in the Snap portal. Cool. And do we have a landing page? We have a login page. Okay. I'm just trying to find, I have done a self-registration page previously, like here's one I created earlier. So I just want to remind myself what that actually looks like. Let's go for updated because we did it fairly recently. SN app registration, okie dokie. Let's click into that guy. Let's try him. And we'll try him in Snap. Okay, cool. So in theory, this guy is a registration page for creating new users. So I'm going to call myself Professor X, prof at xmen.org. Actually, .edu, right? He, this is the X-Men school. And we'll go password 123, password 123. Now, in theory, creating that should create a user record. Passwords do not match. Okay. Password 123, password 123. Create player. Primary email device created for Professor X. Adding role flow, like the Snap flow user to the user. I don't want to save him. Cool. All right. So if I head on over to sysuser list, whoops, we should be able to see Professor X. He's been created. He's got some stuff, roles and groups, so he should be able to play. So in theory I should be able to, I haven't got a, can I incognito here, and will that appear? No, you don't get to see the incognito window. Maybe I'll I won't do that. Alright, so we've got a user, we've got the registration page, we've got this. I will actually add the incognito window here. So let me just find I want a screen capture, incognito window. I'll hit OK. Won't make it visible just yet. Incognito window. We want a window capture, and we want Chrome. Where did I put my incognito window? Let's grab him again. Okie dokes. Alright, so I should be able to show you guys my incognito window. Is that going to work? There we go. Alright, cool. Alright, so this is the registration page. It is public, so theoretically anybody should be able to register an account here. So what I might do, just for fun, I might just throw that URL. Is that going to let me do that? Copy that URL. I might throw that into chat. Why foreign not post? There we go. Cool. So there's the registration page. Theoretically, you guys should be able to. Hey, Ishan, how you going? What time is it over there? Nighttime? It'd be evening, right? 5 or 6, something like that. Oh, hey. Hey, Gabby's here. We've got a few people. Excellent. Cool. All right, so theoretically, you guys should be able to navigate to that registration form. Theoretically. Oh, it's actually asking for a login, isn't it? That's supposed to be public. Okay, let's solve that first problem. We want to make this public. All right, so we want to be figuring out how to... Yeah, there we go. Login prompt. Thanks, Gabby. Yep. Figured that out. Let's try and figure out how to get that that page usable for public people. So we want our portal page. I've never done anything like this before, so this will be a learning experience. So please be patient with me. Get rid of that guy. SN app registration. All right, so it's probably got something to do with this little tick box here, this public tick box. And just so you guys get a peek behind the curtain as well, so I'll save that. A peek behind the curtain. It's got a widget that I got ChatGPT to write. So the widget is probably leaky and insecure as all hell. Hey Jace, how you going? Afternoon over there in Canada, right, Ishan? That's where you've landed. Is that right? You're up in like Vancouver or somewhere. All right. So we've got our HTML server-side widget. How do I open this in the widget editor? It's been a minute. And you'll just see how sort of shady this code is. Secure public widgets using widget access controls. This widget is public and queries data from tables. Yeah, hell yeah, it does. It creates user records and gives them roles. So, yeah. Here we go. So we've got our create player password check. So we're checking for password duplication. We're doing some stuff. Again, this was really ChatGPT just kind of did all this. I didn't kind of interfere with it too much. So it's probably awful. It won't create an existing user. It will insert into sysuser. It'll create the email address. It'll set the password based on the password that we've set, and yada, yada, yada. So I'm not 100% sure at the moment whether the password setting system works properly, but we will find out. So, all right, so this should be now public. We will jump over to our incognito window and we will relaunch that. Hey, we get the registration page, so that has worked. Okay, so let's think of some other characters. All right, Jean Grey. I'm trying to remember all the surnames of all the X-Men, and I have no idea. So we'll see. Is she Grey or Grey? Let's go with Grey. Jean at xmen.edu. And we'll give her Jean123, Jean123, create that player. What? Jean123, Jean123, create player. Okay, we're registered. That's good. You can't see incognito. All right. Why is that? Why he no work? Why he no work? Oh, because that's the wrong one, that's why. And we want to make that Chrome. Okay. It's still not working. Curious. Oh, Ishan's logged in. So you're logged in as a user. Did you manage to register a user okay? I'm just gonna, I can't get the incognito window because I'm an idiot. I can't get the incognito window to render at the moment. I can see registered user and also logged in. Okay, so we've got a couple of users logged in. We've got a couple of users registered. Excellent. And I can do it in my incognito window. That's lovely. there's a few things we probably need to do in terms of like redirects and stuff as well, because like at the moment I think people are SNC internal users, which, you know, that's fine. I think that's, for the moment, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so let's do a redirect or something from the page. So we'll go back into our little page here. Interesting. I'm just looking at what's rendering in the back there. Getting an extra piece of something on the side there. Anyway, I've got to do some more practicing with OBS. Alright, cool. Alright, so what do we need to do? We need to redirect to to our page. So the actual page that we want to send people to. I'm guessing if I go to my portal pages, and I look at SN app related portal pages, we probably want to go to the SN app landing page. So we need some form of redirect there. And we want to do that in here. Data.result. And honestly, I don't know any code anymore, so I'm just going to GPT that. I'm going to ask it to just update my script there. It's probably the service, is it the service script or the client script? It's probably the client script that we want. So, hi GPT, I have a ServiceNow service portal page that creates a user. I would like to add a redirect to the landing page. Is probably not public either, so there's probably a few things that I need to make public. Well, actually, no, public, I don't want it public. I want logged in users to be able to get access to it. So logged in with role is probably what I want, and I probably want to apply one of the appropriate SN app roles to it. In fact, the player role, no doubt. I'd like to add a redirect to another portal page. Registers users. Okay, actually, so probably the first thing I want to do after registration is redirect to the login page. Here's the server code. Client code. All right, let's see how well my friend GPT does with that. Alrighty, so it's working on that. So while we're waiting for that to come through, we've gone from registration, we want to go to the login page, which is probably a standard login page. Can't remember what we call it. Login, that makes sense, that checks out. So we want to really redirect to the login page. What do we got code-wise? Okie dokie. Alright, so here's what GPT has come back with. Create player. Where's the diff? Where's the change? Passwords do match, don't match. Scope create player is fine. Function success, display success, player created, successful redirecting. Ooh, let's steal that bit too, that's fine. Bump. Optionally clear the form, that's fine. Redirect to login page after a brief delay. So we set a timeout. Okay, interesting. We do login.do. Let's take it, but I don't think it's right. LC data. Okay, so literally we're just inserting that stuff immediately after the form clear. Okay, no dramas, let's try that. Okay, let's try that. Save that. Okay, let's jump over into... Oh, my incognito's gone. I must have killed it. Let's grab another incognito. I'm going to try and see if I can get that to share again properly. New incognito tab, bang. Still doesn't want to do it. So strange. Oh, and I have two. Hey! Hello, wait a second. Hey, there we go. Okay, cool. So incognito's there. If I hide that guy. Did I get it working and then not get it and break it again? I think I broke it again. Hey, there we go. Incognito window. Excellent. Okay. Let me grab my registration page again. Donk. I'll jump over to my incognito window. Let's go SN app registration. I really have run out of surnames for X-Men, so Roger Wilco looks around room, tries to find something to use as a username. Janitor at spacequest.com space 123 space 123 create player. Alright, so it's created my Roger Wilco. Used window.location. Scott Summers, yes, good call. Okay, so something's gone screwy here. So window.location is probably wrong. Okay, so that code is probably wrong. All right, so I'll just get GPT to fix it. Window.location is wrong. And also I need to go to the portal page for login. See how it copes with that. Okay, so it's suggesting sputil.navigate2. Is that actually a thing? Does that sound like a real thing? sputil. What's the sputil method? Let's have a look. Three or four SSO redirects later, and we get to sputil. Get URL, refresh, call the server and replaces the current options and data with the server. What did it say? Navigate to. I don't think that's a method. I think you've invented that, ChatGPT. Let's try proper ServiceNow, service portal, widget, digit, page, redirect. Easiest way to redirect in Portal is by using an HTML anchor with an href tag. What? Redirect. And I suppose we could put a button to say, please log in. I want to redirect the window location href. And what did we have before? We had window location href, so that's a suggestion. See, that says that's right. It does say that's right, so just double check that code, same code. Window location.href equals, and like literally we just want what did I call the we want like literally that dot login. Equals login. I'm going to take that dodgy bit out and we'll save it. Maybe I didn't save it properly before. And we'll jump across to back to the incognito window. Oh, you guys probably couldn't see me editing the widget there. Apologies for that. Let me try this again. I'll try Scott Summers. Scott Summers. Scott at xmen.edu. Scott123. Scott123. Create player. Okay, so it's created it, but it hasn't triggered the redirect. Okay. C.data.result message equals debug. Hang on, let me flick over so you can see my screen. I think this is the one that I want. There we go. Cool. All right, guys, I can swap between them now. So what I'm doing is I'm adding just a debug message here about to start redirect. Hopefully that kicks in. We'll save that guy off. We will jump back to. Okay, so saved. So we trust that that's saved. We jump back over to incognito. There we go. Jump back over to the incognito window, and we have Hank McCoy. Somebody knows all the characters. Good. Hank at xmen.edu. Hank123. Hank123. Create player. Primary email device created. Adding role. I'm not seeing those messages even. That's interesting. So something screwy. So it's doing my database operations, but these result messages, are they supposed to render somewhere? I don't even know. Result summary diff c data result mem. So it should be appearing somewhere like after the button or something. Let's try something else. User data generation. You should be able to use one of the Now Assist skills to just create demo data users based on a popular fictional character universe or something. Please give me all of the X-Men as users in my instance, please. Kabow, and off the skill kit goes and does the user creation. Okie dokes. So we still have a problem. We still have a problem with this code. This code is not letting us. It's not letting us get the redirect. Should we just create a button? Let's just create a button. Okay. add a new button to my HTML that, because I really don't want to spend too much time on this, to my registration form that sends users to login page. Let's chuck that down the bottom here. Don't like that. I guess that's fine. Actually, we should probably copy the formatting of the top one type. Equals button. I've got the ng click. Just to remain consistent. Oh, and I don't want it to sit outside the form probably as well. Let's throw that in there as well. Or maybe I do want it to live outside the form actually. Maybe I do. Let's put it outside the form. Okie dokes, and then we need to handle that that go to login. Again, it's saying SPU till. I think that's wrong. But at least we have something clickable, so we can drive things from clicks. I just need to make sure I find the right spot to put this in. Create player, first name data. Where does this need to live? It's not there. It's outside of that, I think. I think it's there. Alright, well let's try that. At least we get something clickable. So we'll jump back to our incognito. There we go. It's saved. I'll make sure I've got it saved. Thanks, Ishan. See you later. What is Wolverine's last name? Do we know? Is it Logan? Sharp guy. Logan Sharp guy. Logan at xmen.edu. Sharp 123. Sharp 123. Create player. I wonder if it's somehow isolated, like our client scripts can be unisolated to use DOM manipulation, but there's nothing on the widget itself, so I don't know where to look. Oh, do you know what? Do you know what I haven't been doing? I've been refreshing the page with the widget on it, so I suspect... Let's try that again. Logan Howlett, is it? Okay. Logan Howlett, Wolvie at xmen.edu. Wolvie 123. Wolvie 123. I'm gonna click create player. I wonder if that's what's been going on the whole time and I just haven't been refreshing, and it's probably been trying to redirect successfully the whole time. Oh, now it is broken. Oh no. Oh no. Let's try reverting some, hey? Let's go back. I reckon we want to go back 2 versions. Was there a version thing down here? Oh, there was a version thing down here. Okay. Let's compare. Where's my differential? There we go. I will check for console errors and just actually, yeah, maybe I'll check for console errors before I do anything else. And I just realized that again I was over in the other thing. Let's clear those and just run it. Create player. Nothing. Refresh. Unexpected token. Is that line 34? I think it is. Oh, it me. That's that. That's that. That's that. Okay. Perhaps it was just that. Refresh. Okay, so now it's working. No redirect is happening. sputil navigate to is not a function. I didn't think it was. I thought that was a lie. sputil.navigate to is not a function. $location.path a thing? Is that a real thing? Alright, so GPT is suggesting something else now, so I'm just going to jump back into my code. And it's suggesting that I should make my go to login, this guy, do that, which I don't even think that's necessarily right either. I think I probably want that, so let's just use that. That's the Snap login page. I'm going to save that. I'm going to go back to my incognito again, so I'm going to hide my code. I'm going to go back to incognito. Jace, does window location not work? Well, it didn't before, but I may have not been testing properly. So, should we try window.location again? Okay, let's try that then. We'll go back to our code. I will switch off the, wrong one. Put the code back. So we actually, to be honest, we've got this little timeout function that's doing window location, and it's supposed to be doing a redirect after X amount of time, but that doesn't seem to actually be working. I'll take that out because that didn't work. Yeah, so we're not seeing that actually execute. No, please derail. We're like this is dumb HTML stuff and portal stuff that I'm struggling with. Yeah, window.location. Let's try something. Let's put that window.location in our button code, and we'll save that. That way, at least, worst case, we get the go to login button, and at least we can get people logging in from the registration page. So let's go back to registration page. Does the inner function on 29 not execute? Like you're saying that this bit is not executing? Yes, I think so. So what do we want? Inside the function console.log, we got into the timeout, something like that. Save. Oh, and let's make that work. Close. Okie dokes. Oh, you couldn't see the code then. This is what I did. Console.log, got into the timeout, and I've replaced the window location there as well. Back to our login page, and we'll refresh it. Watching the console. We had a user, Kurt Wagner. Is that the blue guy? What's his name? I can't remember. It's too early in the morning. Kurt at xmen.org.edu. Kurt123. Kurt123. Create player. Type error. Cannot read properties of undefined reading results. There is something in there. Nightcrawler. Yep, there you go. Yeah, and the form isn't clearing, you're right. It is creating the users, so if we go back to the code page, so it's doing this, so it's passing the operation back to the server. So it's doing that. It's doing that. Probably doing that. Probably returning result like data from the server. Ah, okay. You're saying that. Oh. You're saying that the widget controller doesn't have $window. Is that what you're saying? Saying it's dying there if response.data result equals success. Well, it's creating the user, so that's working. And it must be creating the user successfully because, like with the password, because that insert is successful, right? So if we went and looked at the user table, we would see that those users exist. I'm pretty sure. Sys user list. There we got Kurt and console errors and like they're all getting created, so that's successful. Widget control doesn't have $window. So you're saying up here I just need to declare that as another thing, right? So $window. Is that right? And could possibly have been console log your response object on the widget controller. That's this guy, right? The response.data result, or just the whole response object? And possibly before this, actually. Something.data result might not be defined. Well, yeah, there was something about like in the console, cannot read properties of undefined reading result. So it couldn't read result. So there's an object called result that's not coming back. So is that response.data data.result equals error? It should be right. Yeah, okay, read the whole response object before 17. All right, let's do that. Console.log line 17, what is my response object? And we want plus response, right? That should be enough. Save that guy. Saving. All right. And back over to the login page, we'll refresh. We will need another user, yeah, Nightcrawler. Let's, what's Magneto's name? I should just have a, what are some X-Men character names? There we go. Have to be 16. Okay. So should we, before we try doing anything else, should we have another squiz at the code? Because you guys are saying before 17. So 16 before that that call to the server. We want to know what response is. Is that right? I'll chuck that in there. Line 16. Is there value in putting that after 17 as well? Scope service and then function result. Because it's already done. It's already done create player, hasn't it? Where'd I put a plus? Oh, comma. Right, gotcha. Is that right? Scope server.update. I'll check another one in there just to get me whatever the outcome of that is. Alrighty, jump across. We will, there we go. We'll try this now. Now I've got a list of X-Men now, so yeah, Storm, let's do Storm. Storm@xman.edu. Storm 123. Storm 123. Response is not defined. Reference error. At C create player and function eval is okay. Response is not defined at C create player. Response won't exist before 16. Is that what that's saying, basically, that I can't do that before the scope server update is done? I need to console log after 16? Response.data result equals success. Response is the response back from the update. Okay, cool. So it definitely only exists at 17, so that code would have been failing. Then response, then function response. So really we just want to know what that is. Yeah. Gotcha. Save that. Did that save successfully? Yes, it did. Back to the form. All right, who's our next X-Man? Anna Marie is Rogue. Rogue 123. Rogue 123. Create player. Yeah, all right. Created. Cannot read. Properties of undefined reading result at eval 1225. Gambit would be good. Deadpool would be good. We've got Jubilee, Forge, Juggernaut, Mystique, Sabretooth. They're all. I've got a few now, so I've got a list. All right, so cannot read properties of undefined reading result. Type error. console log response, none of the concatenating. Yeah, gotcha. All right, let's try that. Back to the code. We'll just get response just as is, the whole thing. And we'll save. Go back. Yeah, you're right, it's not clearing the form, but refresh that so we get the new code. Bobby Drake, Iceman. Bobby Drake, Iceman at xmen.edu. Iceman123, create player. Result was success. Result was success. That's right though, right? Like that's effectively, if we jump back, what the script was looking for was response.data.result equals success. Is it the data bit that's wrong? Is data not the object? So if I look at this, it's just result success. There's no data object in between. Is that the problem? I'm going to try that, see if I figured it out. That's response.result, yeah. But the script is asking for response.data.result. So is that a problem? Yeah, okay, cool. So I think 18 is breaking it, right? I think that's the problem. C.data, data.result, data.result. Should I take that out of everywhere? Like everywhere it's doing data dot? Or is it just the problem that the client script just ignores the data bit and the response is data.result always? Take out the data? Okay. Should I do that for everything here? Not everywhere. We'll just do it for this response result. We'll see if there's any other response results. Let's try that anyway. Let's see if that fixes it. Thank you, team. All right, we need a new character. Let's go for... Yeah, let's do Gambit. Gambit's cool. Remy Labo. Gambit at xmen.edu. Gambit123. Gambit123. Create player. Hey, we're now redirecting to the login. You're right. That was it. It was a dodgy character. I wonder if login will take URL parameters, but I don't wonder enough to actually care. So Gambit at xmen.edu. Gambit123. Login successful. Hey. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is we need to send people on login, we need to send them to the portal page that we have for players, which was, let me remind myself what it was called. We want SN app something or other. SN app, I think it's landing page is what we want. Although, what's this that I created 10 months ago? Let's try it and see what it does. Try it in Snap. Post-registration redirect. It does nothing. It is a garbage page. Alright, what's a good page? Have we got any good pages? SN app landing page. So let's jump back to our friend over here. We will go like back a page. Yeah, there we go. What do you mean the ID is wrong? SN. It's probably an X, right? Xflow admin player. Pew, pew. And they're probably SNC internal at this point, so they can do lots of weird stuff. SNC internal. Let's go with that anyway. File save. Right, so I've just, you're probably not seeing that actually. So this had SNC external as the role on the SN app landing page, which is probably not what I want. So I've put my player role on there. So I'm going to go back to my dude, and I'm going to refresh his page and see if he gets rights to it. Success. Okay, cool. So that's where we want him to go post login. So sys property to change the page you land on when you log in. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at that. Let's try and like redirect. That sounds like a thing that would be a thing. Glide.login home. Cool. Once upon a time, I did a whole thing at a place I used to work where I was the sole admin. I did a thing where I set up a redirect system, a whole big redirect system that would capture every login and read from effectively a user criteria table thing that would say if you are an admin, then you always go to the back end. If you are a user of a particular type, you go to one portal. If you are a user of a different type, you go to another portal. And it interrupted the entry page scripts, and it had this whole system on top of it. It was really cool. It was you could do things like, I'm going to redirect you to a downtime portal. If the instance is down, like during upgrades or whatever, every user that logs in except admin, if they don't have the admin role, then they're just going to be redirected to a out of order page basically. Or you could do things like, if I'm logging in from one state, like if I'm logging in from Victoria, I'm going to be redirected to the pilot service portal instead of the standard service portal. So I could do little pilots of different portals for different people to release capabilities. It was cool. I don't know if it's still in use. That was at the Australian 7-Eleven organisation. So I don't know if they still use that, but they had different organizations that they wanted to send to different places. So we kind of did that. I'm going to edit this record, glide login page. We don't want a UI page. We want literally that, I think. Let's try that. Yeah, it'd be worth revisiting it, but also I can't be stuffed, so I won't. But yeah, maybe that's a future thing, because ultimately we've just given people rights to my PDI effectively to create user accounts and what have you. That probably loads in the JIS. You have to pop it out. Yeah, I'm not certain that that's what I want, but we'll go with it anyway. I mean, I guess the other thing, I think I probably will have to fiddle with SN entry page, but that's fine. Maybe that's not a bad little thing to experiment with. Oh, you guys can't see. You guys can't see what I've been doing. So I've tried the system property, so that's all saved now. I'm going to refresh my dude. I really just want to force a redirect, so maybe I will install that app. It'll be good. It'll remind me of what it does and see if it's still compatible with modern ServiceNow. It was never built on Next Experience even, so who knows. Okay, that's something. That's something. All right, let's try this whole process from scratch. I'm gonna put away the code. I'm gonna go back to the login page. I'm gonna go to, it's registration, isn't it? History. We got registration. Okay. It was in chat somewhere. I'll just grab it from chat. There we go. Alright, so we've got my dude. He's going to go register, and this time we are going to register Havoc. I don't know Havoc. Scott Summers' brother, apparently. So we have Alex Summers. Havoc at xmen.edu. Havoc 123. Havoc 123. So yeah, so according to this, Alex Summers is Cyclops' brother, and they can manipulate plasma energy. So that's exciting. So I'm going to click that. Okay, so now we have Havoc at xmen.edu. Gosh, I hope I got that right. And Havoc 123, log in. That's good enough, right? That gets people to the point where they can sort of start playing. So that's sort of okay. I don't mind that. I don't like that we're like, maybe they shouldn't be SNC internal, internal. Maybe they should be SNC external. I don't know how to lock them into that, and I don't know how to like clobber the menu bar. But that's good enough, I think, for now, because it gives us our starter game and it gives us deck building. Cool. So let's go into, okay. So now we're going to find that there's a whole lot of UI builder pages that don't have audience access for the people that need access. So let's fix that for people, so we have those sorts of rights available in UI builder. So here you go, Gabby. Here's some UI builder stuff. You're all logged in, Jace? Cool. You can't play the game yet, but we're getting there. We're getting close. Alright, so what page were we trying to edit with our dude, or get to? We were trying to get to... It was the landing page? It was deck builder... SN. It's literally SN app. Okay, so anything in SN app we don't have access to. Alright, well let's try some things. Let's go to the parent first. That's not what I want. Experience settings is possibly what I want. I want to make sure, have we got security stuff in here? No roles found. Let's chuck a role on this. Access controls. Ugh. I can't edit that. How do I do this? Roles, no roles found. App config. I have no idea where I'm looking here. I'm just clicking around. We'll see if we can find something. Yeah, so Jace, yeah, there's no effectively no access for these player roles to the game at this point. I think that's the problem, and I think it's like, if I jump back across, it's showing, yeah, 404 at the, like, literally at the, like, the base SN app URL path, regardless of the landing page. I feel like I should be able to do this from access controls, but I can't add anything here. Am I in the right scope? I'm in the right scope. Let's have a bit of a Google. UI builder. Whoops. Adding access to UIB pages for user roles. Something like that. Is it page specific? Because I could do audiences. Maybe we'll start with audiences. So let's assume we know that the landing page is the debug game page landing page. So let's go into debug game page. Cool. We've got records and variants. What have we got here? Variant collections, app config, required parameters, page variants. I think it's at the variant level that we set the audience, I think. Variant collection. Yeah, Gabby and Brad's material is amazing. There's just so much of it. But it is really, really, really useful. I spent a lot of time doing that when I first, going through, especially Brad's stuff, especially when I first started doing UIB things. It's immensely helpful. But yeah, I just want to get into the UIB interface, and I just want to get into a page. So let's go. Just give me the page. Oh man. How do I open a UIB page? There we go. Is that rendering the canvas? Great, excellent. Open page definition. Okay. Give me the audience settings. No, it's not from here. Open variant record. Hello, Gabby. We're looking, so we are trying to access our UIB page. Oh, Commander Tex. we're trying to access our UIB page from a user which has only a very small role, and we're getting a permission error. So I'm assuming it's an audience problem. I haven't given that that user role access to this page in UIB, but I can't for the life of me figure out where the audience stuff has gone. I feel like it should be somewhere in here. Either the page definition, the variant collection, or the variant record, but when I crack open those things, I can't find the audience settings. And I don't want to go mucking around in the macroponent files if I can avoid it. Variants, where you can create versions, select audience option within the variant settings. That's what I thought I was doing. Go to settings on top of the page. Ah, of course. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. There's my audience. External and internal, scope, admin. External and internal. How is that defined? SNC internal, SNC external. Okay, so I think that might be the problem then, because user list, if we go and have a look at one of our recently created users, thanks Gabby, if we go and have a look at Havoc, for example, he has a role, but he doesn't have SNC external or SNC internal. SNC. Where even is SNC external internal? Is that because I haven't got the fancy role plugin installed on this instance? May very well be the case. All right, let's do another thing then. Let's add a new audience and let's just call it players. Snap players. Cool. No results found. Open audiences in platform. Okay, so it's create one. So it's gone off screen. You can't see that now. I will create an audience file and I will call it snap players, and I'll give it roles and I'll give it X player deck modification. Let's give it all those. Done. Submit. Close. Alright, cool. So now that should exist. Maybe I will refresh this. Edit. Let me double check what I called it. I thought I called it snap something else. Snap players true. Active role names. X player. Experience settings and see if there are roles there as well. Okay, cool. Maybe because it was the parent URL. It wasn't even the page that was giving the error specifically. Why is that not coming up? I just created one. Let me refresh this. All right, edit, add. Snap players, there we go, cool. And we want that right at the top somewhere, save, done. Okay, we'll just check in on our friend, check in on our friend and see if he can get access now by refreshing. Alright, so he still doesn't have access at the top layer, so I think that's what Gabby's referring to, granting access to the experience record itself. So let's try that. Let's jump back to the experience. We'll go all the way up to the top, and we want the view experience settings by the sounds of things. We want open access controls, which I think we were here before, and we got to this point where access controls couldn't be created. Security ACL list. Ah, is this a literal elevate roles situation here? This is literally an ACL. Oh, and Jason suggested logging out as well. That's a good call. Okay, so this is literally an access control to the application itself. Oh, and you can't see it because I'm not showing the right screen. There we go. So we've got access control. And is it like literally to the UX route or something like that? Is that what we're supposed to do here? So if I go back into these and I go, all right, we're now interested in, like there's nothing at this point. UI page, like I don't care about records, filter those out. Filter those out. Is it UX data brokers? We don't care about those, but this is interesting, right? So these look like a UX route is the basically the that looks like a UIB page, right? An experience. What are these? Allow if, read, SN DevOps viewer, SN DevOps app owner, UX route. I'm going to take a punt here. I'm going to guess that a UX route ACL is the type of thing that we probably need for our application. So I'll actually navigate so I don't need to create stuff. I'm going to go new, and I'm going to select the operation be, or the type to be a UX route, or am I? Is it going to let me do that? Yes. Okay, cool. Operation is like I got no control over it, and we're going allow if, and we've got the route, and we're just going to go x underscore, and we'll go player, and we'll probably add all of them. We'll add everything that's in. I don't know if these roles are necessarily being used. This may in fact break the game for me now as an admin, but we'll see. Game movement user, player. Okay, cool. I think this is okay. Let's try it. So I think we've got a thing called a UX route. I think that is like effectively the base path of the UI builder URL. And I think that's the thing that maybe is stopping us right up front from even rendering stuff. So we will go back to our dude and we will refresh. He does not yet have access, but like perhaps we log him out. Log out.do. Okay, and he was Havoc, and he was, oh actually he was probably Havoc at xmen.edu. xmen.edu. Havoc 123. Can he log in? Yes, he can. Hey! I think that's good. Oh no, because that was a portal and he still can't get access to it. So he still doesn't have read access to this path here. To access this page. So let's jump back into UIB. And we will go, so we've got access controls. Okay, so theoretically we've got that at the experience level. Then we go down to the page level and we are in settings again, and we've got, it's not the page, maybe it's the variant, and we've got audience, snap players. That should be fine. Let's go to all of our pages. Let's do deck builder as well. Everyone with access to the experience can see this variant. So yeah, so I feel like the pages aren't even controlling the access at this stage. It's the experience. We've got player with a role, access controls. I feel like that should be it. Global search, headers, menu. Well, let's see what happens if we send him straight to a page. So let me go to like the default game page. I'll go back to the editor. I will preview that in a new path. Let's take the entire path and see if he can get to it. Sorry, again, I forget to flick on the visibility of my instance so that you can see what I'm doing, my admin stuff. So I'm grabbing the URL to the game page directly, still no access. You do not have permission to access this page. Inspect. Do we see anything useful in the console? Nothing useful. Experience. Let's try that again. So we're in the page. Let's go to the experience. Snap. We've got player, which is what the guy's got. That's the URL path. We got 72 warnings. I don't know what that is. Okay, it's just hidden components and alt text and... Okay. So it's just usability stuff. It has to work before we worry about that stuff, I think. Alright, and we're in the experience, we're viewing experience settings. All the roles have been granted access. There is an access control at the UX route level. What does that look like for other organizations or other systems? Allow admin overrides. Now, logged in is true, or allow an auth at roleless access. Oh, interesting. So I don't think it's this. I don't think it's this access control thing, but something that Gabby mentioned before is about adding access to the data resources as well. What did we call them? Like, let's try UX. Is that a thing? UX data brokers. That sounds like that might be supremely annoying. If I have to one by one allow access to the data brokers and the data brokers don't name themselves. Like, let's say, take this guy for example. What's he? Like, slash, what is that record? Did he even come up? There he is. Security Center SC get saved export settings. So that worries me a little bit. If I have to go through all of the data brokers that I've created, don't suggest public UIB portals right now. But even so, this user is internal. Like they've got a role now. They're not. It's not public. So, like, they have a role in the system. Are you saying that regardless, every data broker needs to explicitly be given rights? Like, what was the access control for one of these? Let's have a look. SNCMDB user. Okay, so I will have to do this at some point. I'll have to go through all my data brokers. Okay, all right. I mean, it's not impossible. Let's have a look at a data broker and let's see if we can find. That's the table. Here's the table, and I want all the ones that are in my app. Is that right? App. I want SN app. Oh, if I'm using just normal data broker, I haven't created any custom data brokers. These are just the effectively the data brokers that you call in UI Builder, right? So like if I'm in a page, I'll talk through that, I think, just for people who haven't sort of seen this. When I add a data broker to a page, like a data resource to a page, I select it from a list of data resources that are available. I think these brokers are the actual records. Like, that literally is a record aggregation query. I reckon if we went into this and said aggregation query, or maybe not, get task aggregation query. Yeah, so I'm assuming, well, it doesn't come up that way, but yeah, I agree. But like, that's just as an aside. I was like, okay, there was the comment that maybe we might have to add access to the data brokers, but I think if I'm using all out of the box data brokers, I think I'm okay, because yeah, the build was all based on just everything that exists inside UI Builder already. No new code, no new nothing, just firing off data brokers and what have you. So we're still stuck on page access, potentially page access, pager experience. So if we jump back up to our experience, SN app, view experience settings. We've got all the roles. That's everything. Everything is in here. That's actually, where's that come from? I didn't add those. If they come from the access controls. Does that come from this? Has that been inherited from this? Let me do an experiment. I'll add ITIL to that and see if it changes things. And I'll go back to my experience. Oh, I will save that. Go back to my experience. Yeah, come on. Go back to my experience and refresh. So we had 3 roles there. 4 roles. There you go. So it's figuring out what roles are supposed to have access to the experience based on the access controls. Very cool. And yet our dude still can't get access to this. I'm gonna flick over to my dude again. So I'm gonna bring up my dude's page. There he is. I might just go straight to, again, I'll register from scratch. I'll log out and I'll register from scratch and see if we get better results with a brand new dude. So let's go and grab the URL. There we go, and we'll register another person. Who shall we register? Sabretooth, Victor Creed. Let's grab the registration link. Whoops. There we go. Registration link. Victor Creed. Sabretooth. Whoops, he needs an email address. Xman. Whoops. EU. Create user. Passwords don't match. Make it his email address. Player created successfully. Redirecting. Sabretooth. Okay, so we're in Portal, so Portal is good. We don't care about that. We're going to go into Start a Game, maybe. That has issues. Go into Deck Builder. You do not have permissions. Don't know. We might have to pack this one in soon, because I don't think I can spend too much more time on it. But we've gotten it effectively to the point where you can register, but you can't get into the actual experience. So you can't get into the UIB experience. I'm sure it'll come to me like almost as soon as we stop the stream, or like I'll find it as soon as we stop the stream, but at a bit of a loss as to what would be stopping this user from getting that access. Maybe let's just do one little test. Let's go to sys user list. I'm going to give him admin and see what happens. No, I'm not, because you all know his password. I'm not going to do that. I will do this experimentation later on. Yeah, I think we'll call it for today, and we'll see if we can get a little bit further next time. So I'll schedule in another stream for probably the same time next bat week, bat channel, and all that sort of stuff. And we'll see if we can get that UIB stuff working, because I would love to get some people actually playing the game as soon as I can. All right. Thank you everybody for joining the stream. Sorry about all the technical issues. I will do some experimentation with that, try and see if I can get my scenes to swap a little bit more seamlessly. And yeah, thanks for all your help in the back seat there, getting the portal scripts running and debugging. That was good. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye.